Welcome back. In this tutorial, we will look at Python dictionaries. Dictionaries are data structures in Python that store data in the form of key-value pairs. Dictionaries are useful for storing data that needs to be quickly accessed using a unique identifier known as a key. For example, let's say you have a list of students in a classroom and you want to store their names and ages. You can use dictionaries to store this information as follows. You can have a list of students in the classroom, and here, to store the information, the keys are the names of the students and the values are their ages, and the dictionary name is students, and the names of the students, Alice, Bob, Charlie, and David, are the keys, and the values are 20, 21, 22, and 23. If we decide to print out the dictionary students, we see we have the keys and the values separated by colon and are enclosed in curly braces, and that's one example of a dictionary. The first thing we are going to look at is how to create dictionaries. To create dictionary in Python, you can use curly braces to enclose comma separated key values, and the keys and values are separated by colon. For example, we can have an example on how to create a dictionary using curly braces to enclose comma separated list of key values. So in this case, we have the syntax my dict equal to curly braces, and the key values are separated with commas, and between key and the value there is a colon. And a good example is we may want to store stock prices for some stock, some various stocks, which are Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google, and their corresponding prices. So this is how you do it. You just use the curly braces and define the key and values. And if I print this out, I get a dictionary. We can go ahead and check even the type of our dictionary, which is stock prices. If I execute that, I see that we have a dict, which is a dictionary. There's also another method that you can use to create a dictionary, and that is using the dict construct. So, and to do that, we use a syntax. We use a syntax called using the dict method, where the keys and the values are declared using the assignment operator equal sign. So key 1 is assigned the value 1, and key 2 is assigned value 2, and key 3 is assigned value 3. And that's the syntax. Going back to our example, if you want to use dict to create the dictionary called stock prices, then we just do this. We assign the stocks their corresponding prices and enclose them inside the dict method. So if I print this out, you'll notice that you get the same dictionary. Then the next thing we are going to look at is how to access values in the dictionary. To access the values in a dictionary, you can use keys as indexing. So, to do that, this is the syntax we are going to use to access the values in a dictionary using the keys. So here, this is the key and is being used as an index. And here is our dictionary. So going back to our example, we can check the price of Apple stocks. And how to do that, we use the key Apple as our index. And if we execute that, it's going to get the price of Apple. So if I execute that, I get it's 100, which we can confirm is the same as the cost of Apple. You can also use get method to access the value in a dictionary. This method returns the value for specified key. And add a cell. So for this one, to use the get method, then we use the syntax mydict.get, and then inside get, we specify the key we want to get the value for. Going back to our example, we can get the price of Apple using the get method. And to do that, we can have this where we specify the key Apple inside the get method, and that if I execute this, I'll get the price of Apple. And you can go ahead and execute that. We get the value 100, which is the same as what we got using the indexing method using the keys. And then the next thing we are going to look at is how to modify dictionaries. To add a new key value to a dictionary, you can simply assign a value to a new key. And to do that, and go ahead and add a cell. To do that, we use the following syntax, and is mydict, and inside the square brackets, we specify a new key that we want to add. And then we specify the value that we want to assign it. So going back to our example, we might as well decide to add a new stock and its corresponding stock price. And we can add a stock price, a new stock price for Tesla. And to do that, we just need to specify the new key and its corresponding price. If we execute this, we get our stock price. Our dictionary has now included a new key value, which is Tesla, and its corresponding value of 300. That's how to add. Suppose now we wanted to change the price of Apple to 110. Remember it was 100. Now we want to change it to 110. So here is where we need to update the value for that existing key. You can simply assign a new value to that key, and we use this syntax and add that. That's the syntax we use to update a value for the existing key. It seems like it's almost similar to adding a new key, but if it doesn't exist, then you add it. But if it happens that it exists and you want to change the value, then you just include it. So the only thing that will happen is that the value will be added, will be updated. So going back to our example, we can update the stock price for Apple. So, and this piece of code here will update the value of, or the price of Apple to 110. We can go ahead and print out the stock price, and we see the value of Apple has been changed from 100 to 110. Then we might also want to remove key value pair from a dictionary. To remove a key value pair from a dictionary, you can use the pop method. This method removes key value pair for the specified key and returns the value. So, and the syntax for that, we can simply assign my dict.pop with the key one specified to value. This will do two things. First, it's going to return a value, and it's going to remove the key one and its value from our dictionary. For example, we can go ahead and have it as an example for you to understand well. So here, we are removing the stock price for Amazon by using the pop. So what this will do is going to generate the value or the price of Amazon and print it out. So we can go ahead as well and print out our stock price to see what happens. Remember, this is our current stock price dictionary, and when I execute this, we'll see what happens. We'll see the price. So here we have two things. The price of Amazon, which was 200, and it's going to remove the key value for Amazon and its corresponding price from this from the dictionary, and you can see Amazon has been removed. Also, you can use delete keyword to remove a key value pair from a dictionary. And to do that, we use the following syntax. So we use del, del, my dict, and then we specify our key here. So we want to delete the key value for key 2 and its corresponding value, and that's your dictionary. So we are going to use an example to demonstrate that. And in this case, we are going to remove the stock price for Google. So in this case, all we need to do is use the key Google as the index, and we have the delete keyword here. And if I print this out, you realize that the Google and its corresponding stock price has been deleted. You can go ahead and print that out. And as you can see, we don't have the stock price for Google anymore because it has been deleted. And that's it for deleting key values. Then the next thing we are going to look at is the built-in dictionary methods. And these methods, we can have a look at them here. For example, we have our stock price as our dictionary. If you type a dot and you hit tab on your keyboard, you will see all the methods that are available for you to use when you are dealing with dictionaries. We have clear, which can be used to clear all the key values. We can create a copy of a dictionary. We can do from keys, get, items, pop items, set default, or update or get the values. So in this case, we can go ahead and try out a few that are most common when you're dealing with dictionaries. And the first one that we are going to look at is the keys. And for keys, basically what keys method will do, it is just return a list of all keys in the dictionary. For example, in our case here, for the stock price, it would go ahead and return Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla. And again, we can use another method called value. For value, what value will do for you, it will simply return a list of all the values in the dictionary. We can use an example instead, or a syntax instead. So for the syntax, this is how the syntax will look like. My dict.values, that is the method values, which will automatically return list of all values in the dictionary. The next one we can have a look at is the items. In any dictionary, we have two main items, which are the keys and the values. In our case here, the method items will return a list of key value pairs in the dictionary. Then from there, we will look at another thing called the len function. The len function, we've used it severally for other data types, is simply used to return the number of key value pairs in the dictionary. And to further understand this well, we can go ahead and use several examples. And to use the keys method, we can use it to return all the keys in the stock prices dictionary. And since we know that our keys are the names, we can assign the keys to names. If I execute that, you'll see that we have dict's keys, which includes key, Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla. So those are the keys. The next example, we can use the values. We can get all the values in our dictionary named stock prices. So if I execute this, I get the values 110, 50, and 300. And those are the corresponding prices for Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla. So the next example we can have to further demonstrate these methods, we can have the items method. And for items, we are going to get the key prices, the stock prices, the stocks, and their corresponding prices. They'll come in pairs. So if I execute this, you see we get dict items, Apple, comma, its corresponding price, Microsoft and its corresponding price, and Tesla and its corresponding price. And something interesting here is that overall, that is a list of the key pairs. And the key pairs are an example of tuple. Because you see, tuples are enclosed in these parentheses, while lists are enclosed in the square brackets. The next example we can look at is the len method. For the len method, as mentioned earlier, is used to get the number of stocks in the dictionary. So in this case, you're going to get the length of the stock price. So if I execute this, I get 3, which is actually true because after all the manipulations that we have done to our dictionary stock prices, we only have 3 stocks: Apple, Microsoft, and Tesla. And that's basically it for Python dictionaries. And as you've seen, dictionaries are a powerful and useful data structure for storing and organizing data in Python. With the knowledge you've gained from this tutorial, you should be able to use dictionary effectively in your Python code. But if you have any questions, do not hesitate to post them in the comment section and I will reply to them. Thank you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video of this Python programming tutorial series. Please remember to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell.